A small but quality piece of the recording industry, Echoes Recording Studio sits right outside of Shepherdstown, West Virginia, in Sharpsburg, Maryland. Producer and engineer Todd Stotler invites us into the studio to get a better look at how it's done.
I'm the owner, producer, engineer of Echoes Recording Studio, established in 1991. We're a full-service commercial recording facility, specializing in all different types and forms of music. We do everything from acoustic, folk, metal, rock and roll, bluegrass, classical, world music, and even hip-hop music. Our studio has been very successful in the past 10 years. We have a lot of songs on independent and major labels. Many of our songs can be heard on XM and Sirius Radio, and we've recently got several of our projects featured on network television programs.
The local entrepreneur has found his success in specializing in acoustic music and offers affordable hourly rates to musicians. I had the opportunity of sitting in on a session with a popular local band, the Golden Butter Band. They are working on their third album, all of which have been produced with Todd at Echoes Recording Studio.
Selections, instruments, everything. It's all about the vibe that you create and that you place these musicians in. If you have a bad setting for them, you know, if you put them in a sterile environment or something they're uncomfortable with, they're going to create really bad music. The two favorite things about doing what I do is I love working with music. I love the fact that I can come to work and say that I work in the music industry. And I love helping, bands work with their music, craft their projects, put everything together. And I love being my own boss, owning my own business. I can think of no better people in the world that I'd rather work with than musicians.
What you're working on at Echoes, and tell me about your experience here.
Well, we're currently working on our third album. This is our second album with Todd here at Echoes.
We're the Golden Butter Band.
Yes.
Shepherdstown area.
Shepherdstown, West Virginia, area.
Todd's cool, too.
And we've actually formed a pretty good relationship with him over the years. So it makes all this kind of stressful stuff not as stressful, just because we're pretty comfortable with him.
Yeah, the only other place that we could ever find around here to get good professional sound, you got to drive all the way into DC, and Todd's got competitive prices.
Yeah.
And so what are you guys working on right now?
An unnamed and untitled album so far. I think we're still.
It was called Endless Suffering, but that sounds too awful.
We end this suffering. It doesn't help when you're right there by my side, saying nothing's happening. All the days you've wasted on my time. Time is on the line.
There you go.
I asked Todd what advice he had for future small business owners and Shepherd University students.
It's very tough to own your own business, especially in today's economical climate. I'd say one of the best things I would advise to is, and this has really helped me, is try to find a niche mark, something that you can specialize in that there's not too many of. One of the things that our studio's really gotten successful in is recording acoustic music. Acoustic bluegrass, things like that. Apparently what I found out is it's extremely difficult and hard to do that type of music and be successful with it, and there's not that many studios that do that stuff. And it's kind of a specialized market for us. I'd say, find something specialized. Don't, if you want to open something up, don't open up something that there's like 20 of them in the same block. Find a really kind of a niche market and go for something like that.
With Shepherdstown exploding with talented musicians, Todd says he is excited to work with new bands and projects.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All the days you've wasted on